Bonjour everyone and welcome back to the Waves of Your Soul readings. I'm so excited to be doing this spring 2025 reading for all of my signs. For those of you who are new here, welcome. It's such a pleasure to have you. My name is Maureen. I'm your humble French tarot reader, and today we're going to be looking at spring 2025. So March, April, and May. There's going to be a different video for all of my signs. For this reading, I have lots of fun decks I'm going to be using. All the names of the decks are going to be in the description box if I have any fellow deck goblins. And if you are, I encourage you to check out my second channel, The Waves of Your Soul, where I share with you my love for tarot and oracle cards. I encourage you for this spring reading to watch your sun, moon, and rising sign, as this will give you the most fulfilled reading, the most complete reading for you. Of course, you do you don't have to watch 3 videos, but if you feel called to, it's the way that you can get the most complete reading. And I will make sure to make a specific playlist for this spring reading so that you can find all the signs in the playlist and you can navigate between the videos a little bit easier. Before I get into the reading, I want to invite you to subscribe, and if you enjoy this reading, then the best way to support my work is to like, comment, share the video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Your spring 2025 reading. Let's go. Welcome to your reading, my Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your Spring 2025 reading. I'm very excited to be doing this reading for you, so thank you so much for those of you tuning in. We're going to be pulling some tarot cards, but first I have some pre-pulled oracle cards that I want us to look at. We're going to discover them together. I've pre-pulled them, but I've not yet looked at them, and these are going to give us your goddess for the next 3 months for spring season. We're gonna have a look at your archetype. I have some oracle cards as well, so few things to start the reading with, and then we will move on to tarot for my Leos with the goddess that can accompany you, the goddess energy that is accompanying you for spring 2025. Let's see what you have. Oh, beautiful. You have Eos, who is actually a Germanic spring goddess, so it's very appropriate as she represents spring. You can tell we have some bunnies, we have some flowers, so she is the Germanic goddess of spring. Beautiful. So for me, straight away, I'm seeing rebirth energy for my Leos. There's a sense of rebirth, new energy. You know, with spring, we have this idea of like the earth is awakening. This is exactly what this goddess represents, right? She's the goddess of spring, so it's perfect timing for my Leos. I feel like for you guys, there could be a sense at spring that your energy is renewing as well, that you feel more motivated, you feel more creative, more passionate. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more enthusiastic after potentially a winter season that has been a bit dreary and a little bit heavy. Let's see what your other cards are, and then I'll see what I get from all of that. So that's your goddess. Your archetype energy, we have the adventurer, beautiful, and it's linked to responsibility and expectations. I love that. And then for your oracle cards, we have Treasure Island, beautiful, and we have a change in the wind. Okay, so truly for my Leos, I have a feeling that springtime, first of all, energetically should feel a lot easier than winter. If for some of you winter has felt very heavy, dreary, a little bit gloomy, if you've been feeling unmotivated, if you've been feeling not very creative, not very passionate, if getting through the day-to-day has felt a little bit like a drag, definitely there is a sense of fresh energy coming in for spring for my Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We do see that with, like I was saying, the presence here of the actual goddess of spring, representing this idea of rebirth, fresh energy, and also she's encouraging you to plant new seeds, which is encouraged with this idea of like a change in the wind and Treasure Island. We have this idea for my Leos that there's a shift of energy in the year. You're feeling lighter, you're feeling, again, like I was saying, more enthusiastic. I see you being more able to go after your dreams, your goals. Maybe this is truly the start of the year for you. I mean, at the end of the day, March is the start of a new astrological year. It's the beginning of Aries season, so oftentimes in terms of energy, it almost feels like more of a fresh start than sometimes the 1st of January does. And I see that for my Leo, the year almost starts now for you. For you guys, it starts in March. There's a feeling of somehow now you're more ready to go after your goals. You're maybe reviewing your ideas, your plans. You're starting to feel more motivated to commit to long-term things. You're feeling more motivated to go after your project, install some changes, right? We have this idea of change. And I see you wanting to definitely push yourself outside your comfort zone and wanting to go and explore new things. So potentially in spring, my Leos will want to change jobs. You might want to go traveling. You might want to go and explore something new, maybe change home for some of you. If you've been thinking about that, that could definitely be an option. With the adventure, where we have the idea of pushing yourself outside your comfort zone and going to explore new horizons, right? The adventurer as an archetype presents someone who's not afraid to go on a quest, who's not afraid to face their fears, and who decides to push through the fear to go and explore. So this is, I see you desiring for newness, desiring to explore new things, to meet new people, to try new things. Like I was saying, I would not be surprised if there's some career changes, if this is the time where you guys are applying for new jobs, maybe changing departments at job, maybe you've decided to move. Like I said, I would not be surprised if there's some travel plans. There's a desire for newness, meeting new people, maybe joining a group, maybe joining a dating app, pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, putting yourself out there, my Leos. And it's gonna pay off because we have Treasure Island, which represents the card of like success, rewards. So this is also a beautiful time for my Leos to see some wins, right? After what I feel like a beginning of the year, which potentially was a little bit difficult and heavy. The next 3 months, springtime definitely feels more positive, more like exciting. You're planting new seeds, you're starting new projects, you are like changing things up, we are switching things up, and there's rewards coming in. So if you've been waiting for some answers around some financial matters, a loan or something specifically I'm hearing, you could hear about it in this springtime. Specifically, I'm hearing March, April, for those of you who are waiting for that. If you've been waiting for a certificate, paperwork, anything like that, I'm hearing some of you will hear legal matters March and April regarding to maybe some money you owed, or maybe you were waiting for an allowance from the government, or maybe you were waiting for a retirement pension. Something is coming for my Leos March or April, some kind of legal paper that will bring financial rewards. We could be talking about heritage as well. Like I said, maybe some money you were owed from your previous job, something like that is I'm hearing for some of you coming through, so that's great. That's good news coming, specifically March and April. With Treasure Island, we have the idea that whatever seed you're planting in the months of March, April, and May will take root and will blossom. So pay attention to where you pour your energy, my Leos, in spring, because this will really take root in your life. We know we have this goddess of spring, which really represents planting seeds in your life. And because those seeds will take root and will blossom and will bloom, you want to make sure that you're planting seeds that nourish you, that ground you, that fulfill you. So pay attention to where you're pouring your energy, because you don't want to be nurturing seeds of chaos, of disruption, of conflict. On the contrary, you want to be nurturing seeds of fulfillment, abundance, compassion, love, all of those things that can nourish you, right? So pay attention to where you pour your energy. But overall, there's definitely a feel for my Leos of wanting to go outside your comfort zone, explore new things. There's change in the air, there's a renewed enthusiasm, there's renewed movement, there's an idea of wanting to go on an adventure, of wanting to push through the fear, of feeling like almost like finally my year is starting, right? Let's disregard the start of the year. This is the start of the year for my Leos. You're feeling that vibe of like, now I can finally go after what I want, make new plans, and feel more enthusiastic about life. So we're gonna have a look at your tarot cards now. Let's see what else is coming through. I have this super cute spring themed tarot deck, which I'm so excited to use. So cute. It's full of like little glitter and it's gorgeous. So I'm very, very happy to be using this deck for my springtime reading. So the first thing we're going to be looking at for my Leos is what should be your main goal for this spring season. Let's see what should be your main goal, your main focus for spring. For my Leos, we have two jumpers. Wow, we have the High Priestess and we have the Ten of Cups. Look at that. So cute. I won't do that for every card, but just so you can see how cute and shiny that is. Very sweet. Okay. There's strong theme of family and of interpersonal relationship for my Leos for springtime. So potentially a time where you are invited to spend more time with your loved ones, spend more time with your romantic partner, spend more time with your friends, potentially create new memories. There could be a big focus on your interpersonal relationship and on like enjoying quality time together. You might feel more called to do fun things with your friends, going on an adventure, maybe going traveling with your family, taking them on a little road trip at the weekend, maybe spending time with your parents, maybe, like I said, like booking some quality time with your partner. There's really a big focus around nurturing and enjoying your community, your loved ones, your interpersonal relationships, the people that matter in your life. When the 10 of Cups comes as what to focus on, what should be your main goal, there's really an invitation here to enjoy the company you have, enjoy the people around you, call your best friend, maybe check in, like I said, with your colleague, maybe going for a nice coffee with your friend, maybe going shopping with your parents, maybe taking your kids for a day out. There's really a beautiful energy here that surrounds interpersonal relationship and that invites you to enjoy those good times together and enjoy the people you have in your life. Because we have the adventure, there is also an invitation to meet new people. If you guys have been feeling a little bit lonely, or you are feeling this desire to meet new friends, or maybe even meeting your romantic partner, for those of you who are single and looking to meet someone, this could be a great month for that, for meeting, great season for meeting special person. For my singles out there, I'm here in April, May, could be good months for that, going on dates and meeting someone special. For my Leos, with the High Priestess and the 10 of Cups, I also see that in terms of main goal, there's going to be a desire to keep the peace, nurture your inner peace. I see you wanting to enjoy yourself in springtime. I see you wanting to nurture, like I said, beautiful relationships in your life. I see you wanting to treat yourself as well, spend quality time with yourself and doing things that you enjoy. But mostly I see you wanting to avoid drama, noise, chaos, and I see you really called to nurture inner peace, quiet, calm, and just enjoying simple things. There's a desire to go back to simple things, quality time with loved ones, quality time with yourself, exploring new things, discovering new places, potentially, like I said, going on little day trips, maybe meeting new people, things like that. But it's not really a time where I sense my Leos wanting to force things at work, wanting to push very hard, wanting to strain themselves, strive hard towards their goal. The vibe it's giving me is a lot more chill, a lot more content. I guess springtime, if I had to give you guys one word, one keyword, it would be contentment. I see you being content, spending time with your loved ones. I see you being content, exploring new things. I see you being content, enjoying the environment around you, maybe spending time in nature. There's really a desire for cultivating a sense of inner peace and not wanting busyness, chaos, noise, disruption, drama, or anything like that. I see my Leos wanting to cut themselves away from the external noise, from the drama, from the pressure, from the stress of the world, the anxiety of the world. I feel like potentially the beginning of the year was very stressful and difficult for my Leos. So now is a time where you're like, you know what? Enough of this. I just want to enjoy what life has to offer. I want to enjoy my friends. I want to spend time with my loved ones, doing fun things, discovering new things, spending time with myself, but I don't want to disrupt my peace. I really see your guys' inner peace being at the center front of your endeavors in the months of March, April, May, and you're really wanting to cultivate a sense of calm and ease in your life, wanting to go with the flow and wanting to not feel stress or anxiety. I see you really cultivating this sense of inner contemplation, contentment, gratitude, and alignment for a spring season for my Leos, and that's really beautiful and very wise. So let's have a look now what you're invited to pay attention to, my Leos, for springtime. What are you invited to pay attention to? We have King of Wands and we have the 7 of Wands. So yeah, truly remove yourself from anything that could feel stress and that could feel a little bit chaotic. There's a desire to not get caught up in the world's noise, in the world's stress, in the world's chaos. Right? With the 7 of Wands, we have an invitation to not feel defensive and to pay attention to things that could come disrupting your peace. So that's something to pay attention to. Potentially, if you feel like some people around you are trying to like drag you into their drama, pay attention to that. You can say no, you can remove yourself, listen to your intuition. You have the High Priestess inviting you to do that. With the King of Wands, we also have a big creative surge, and the King of Wands is truly also representing the adventurer. So don't hesitate to try new things, don't hesitate to go out there, to be brave, to be bold. The King of Wands is very confident, enthusiastic about life, is very bold. You know, I'm hearing very random, but I'm hearing like theater classes, I'm hearing singing classes, I'm hearing dance classes, things that take a little bit of boldness, that potentially feel a little bit scary at first for people who are shy, are yet could be activities and hobbies that my Leos could feel very called to do, things where you're a little bit at the center stage and where you feel creative and passionate and where you're having fun. Those are all things that you're invited to like spend time on and spend your energy on. Nurture your creativity, be bold. I mean, those are all things you know how to do, my Leos. You're a fire sign, you're very good at that. King of Wands is one of your cards, right? So what to pay attention to for springtime, my Leos? Like I said, we have an invitation to nurture your inner peace, to not get dragged down into potential conflict, potential drama. Pay attention to your boundaries, pay attention to people who are trying to like bring you into their drama, into gossip, into anything that could disturb your inner peace. On the contrary, you're invited to spend quality time, fun times, good times, times that nourish you, both with your loved ones and yourself. The King of Wands is inviting you to be bold, to be creative, to take some risks, specifically around trying new things, maybe taking a class, maybe discovering a new place, maybe like I said, traveling. It could be around meeting new people, it could be around trying a new hobby, it could be around installing a certain change in your physical health journey, your day-to-day routine. Maybe some of you are gonna feel called to try like a new sport. Maybe some of you are gonna feel called to take up learning a new language. Maybe some of you are gonna feel called to change job or change your environment. But there's really an invitation to be bold, to be a little bit daring, and you know, the adventurer and the King of Wands are very good like archetypes. They are very tied to each other. There's this idea of like confidence, of pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, and of using your creativity and your intuition as your inner compass. Okay, my Leos? So now we're gonna move on to potential blessings for springtime for you guys. What are the potential blessings of the season? I think we had a jumper. Temperance, beautiful. So I love when Temperance come because she can remind us to make sure that whilst there's action and movement and newness and change, like we've talked about, she wants to encourage you to still make sure that you're taking time for yourself, that you're pausing, that you're taking time for self-care, self-love. She wants you to make sure that you're balancing action with rest. She wants to make sure that you are balancing like spending time with people with spending time with yourself. She is encouraging for those of you who are struggling with work-life balance, for example, to spend a little bit more time making sure that there's a better equilibrium in your life. So for anyone who's been struggling with that, with work-life balance specifically, I'm hearing that springtime you'll find more groove, you'll be more in the flow, you'll find more time to maybe spend less time at work, and you'll be able to spend more time with people who you enjoy or doing things you enjoy. That's definitely one of the blessings, is managing to find a better work-life balance for those of you who struggle with that. Another blessing coming up with Temperance is the ability to feel more aligned, feel less stressed and anxious, and just feeling better in your skin, right? Better in your body, specifically relating to like mental health, anxiety, stress, worry. When Temperance comes, she invites a time of calm, ease. She allows us to be in the flow. So that's one of the blessings of springtime for my Leos, is feeling a lot more at ease, a lot less stressed out, potentially more like you can breathe a little bit better, potentially you can sleep better, potentially you just feel more at rest, like it's easier for you to do things that you like because you're not constantly thinking about what's next. Maybe it's easier for you to focus as well. If I have anyone who's been struggling lately with focusing, with getting things done, when Temperance appears, she can also bring the blessing of allowing us to focus better, to clear our mind better, to sleep better, to just feel, generally speaking, better, right? More well, more aligned, more soothed also. A more soothed nervous system is one of the biggest blessings that Temperance come. And honestly, in this day and age, with everything going on in the world right now, we need her so much. We need temperance energy so much. So that's a beautiful blessing for my Leos. This idea that springtime, you should feel more rested, you should feel more at ease, more in the flow, you should feel a little bit more at peace, a little bit just better in your skin, in your body, in your mind, in your soul, and that's a beautiful blessing. Let's see what we have for my Leos for self-care messages. I'll pull a couple of cards to wrap up the reading. We have practice the art of transformation, and it says acknowledge one situation in your life that's taking your power, transform that situation into something positive, and maintain that perspective as a spiritual discipline for the entire day. When your spirit slips into negativity, simply breathe and then pray your way back to an inner space of positive visualization. Your goal to practice the art of transformation. That is also a beautiful lesson from Temperance, is that if you guys are facing any kind of delays, difficulties, or challenging days in the time of spring, which is normal. We all have better days and some worse days, right? If you have any bad days in springtime, with this lesson of practice the art of transformation, and with the help of Temperance and of this particular goddess as your guardian, I think you'll be able to turn things around better. One of your biggest superpower for the springtime will be your ability to not let a bad day turn into a bad week or a bad month, right? Sometimes we have the tendency to let one bad thing ruin our day, and it turns into this domino effect, and it can turn out of proportion. For my Leos, I see you really being able to turn things around. So if you have a bad day or even a bad morning, you're gonna be able to not let that affect you, change the way you look at things, transform the way you look at things, and not let that turn into, like I was saying, a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, but instead turn it into a lesson. And through the art of transformation, of visualization, you'll be able to find the treasure within that particular experience, within that particular delay or struggle or whatever might occur. So beautiful also message here for my Leos of resilience and of your ability to keep positive, which is amazing. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up with a little message from your guides. Let's see what we have for my Leos. Seek magic in life, mundane moments. Perfect. The perfect summary of our reading for me. With this, we really have an invitation of also sharing it with your loved ones. Remember, we had the 10 of Cups, the idea of friendship, family, loved ones, community. My Leos will find ways to really appreciate life. Simple things, but beautiful things, like a nice cup of coffee with your best friend, taking your kids for a lovely day out, going for a walk with your pet, like I said, spending quality time with your parents, maybe having a nice lunchtime with your colleagues. Whatever it is, there's going to be ways where you guys are able to see the magic in the simple thing that will create a ripple effect of gratitude and of treasure, which we love. So beautiful message for my Leos, and that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. These are all free ways to support my work. You can of course share it with your friends. I want to thank you so much for your presence. I want to wish you a beautiful spring season. Until next time, keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye!